It's got Thanos in it as concerned PTA dad, and that's pretty good.
Poor Thanos. No chopper. And welcome back to another Linux Gamecast Weekly, the show that covers the latest, the greatest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. I'm Vin, that's Jordan, hanging out with everybody live, doing the show. You know him, you love him. Shot Realm Dynamic, helping us form Cocaine Voltron. Dude, I think how do I put this? We've all been shopping on Amazon or just any type of e-retailer, and you see the beauty images of a thing, right? And it'll be like, and you're like, well, where's, because you want to see the chords, right? Or the chords are not in the picture, or it'll be like, here's,
I want to see like what ports are on the thing,
right?
Whatever, right? Yeah.
Or they'll just be like, oh, and here's a picture of the end of the cord on it, and you never think twice about it. And I needed to pick up a USB-C to NVMe adapter so I can write to NVMe drives. I'm like, all right, I need to get one of these. Didn't think twice about it. I saw it and had the adapter, and then it showed that it was like USB-C, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe I should have went down to the reviews. Fortunately, these things are extraordinarily cheap, but that's the length of the cable for the NVMe adapter.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I guess it's for a laptop, I guess? Or...
dude, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm like, do I just hang this off the PC and put that in the bottom? Like, sure, that sounds safe, because it's top loading.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
You need some pipe cleaner or something, and you build some rudimentary supports.
I'm going to put an extender on it. That was I went back to the product page and I looked at it, and it was like, that was all the complaints. That was all like the 3 and 4 stars. They're like, I can't actually believe it's that short. I'm like, I never.
Listen, hey, they said it was an 8-inch cable, right?
I mean, a solid 14 inches right here.
Yeah,
man.
right. See, like, where's the lie? Where's the lie?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Then I accidentally bought an audio interface.
Uh-oh.
I did. I had a.
Was it a full price one or an eBay one?
It was an eBay.
All right.
I got an eBay alert, and I have a couple of like saved eBay searches, and I saw one pop up. I'm like, oh, great. I've been looking for that. And it was a great price. And I'm like, dude, got to get it right now. And this happens if you keep track of like used items on eBay. I'm like, I've been looking for one of those, dirt cheap, like $25, collect it. Didn't think twice about it. And like later that day, I'm like, oh, I know what I just did. And it was the model number of the one I was looking for was 144. This was a 122. And yeah,
you saw 1 and 2 numbers, and you're like,
put it together.
Enough.
They look just the same, and I'm like, well, I guess I got that, because I'm not gonna bug somebody about that, dude. You got what did you put in Discord, dude? You got like a new board game? Or did you just
I didn't get a new board game. I just took a picture of it. It was
okay.
the Slay the Spire board game. I have a problem with like Slay the Spire, the PC game, in that like I will turn it on and then hours of my life will disappear and I will be very, very hungry and tired afterwards. But yeah, I was at a game store today to play some cards with some people, and yeah, they had a Slay the Spire board game, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll buy that one day. Instead, I'm slowly trying to get my wife into Warhammer because she likes building and painting stuff. So I bought her some model kits. I'm like,
you tried to conscript her to be like, well, this would be fun. Maybe just try it out.
She's like, I need a new hobby, and I'm like, okay, here's a new hobby. Yeah.
Man, I know people that have gotten into painting those damn things, and like they don't play Warhammer at all, but man, they could if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a really expensive hobby to get into. Like, yeah.
I bought like one little figure. It was like it was one of the Adeptus Sororitas. It had like you remember the fucking doof from Fury Road, the dude with like the guitar chainsaw or the guitar flamethrower. This is like a chainsaw flamethrower that this lady has.
Okay.
And so I'm like, well, she likes gardening. This character is about to do some gardening clearly, so I'll get her the fucking thing. Yeah, I also saw I brought up in the pre-show, saw Weapons. That one's a good one. At least from like I said, I don't know if I like the movie.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like if it's like better or worse than the sum of its parts, but like if you're looking for like a good or like an original film, that is a very original film.
Which is rare.
Yeah.
Which is rare. It's not a sequel. It's not, oh, we're doing this movie again. And
yeah, it's got Thanos in it as concerned PTA dad, and that's pretty good.
Poor Thanos. No chopper. Marvel,
no chopper.
You did him wrong in the cinematic universe. Like,
they did have the Thanos chopper in season 1 of Loki. That was in the background.
They did. Listen, man, they inloaded, all the fan service in that like one planet or dimension or however that worked.
Yeah, it was the end of time. Yeah.
We even got
old man Loki was like great.
And
he was also good in Death of a Unicorn. We talked about that one a while ago, but like he's the rich guy there who's like his son is snorting unicorn horn.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that. You'll end up with a poor, exhausted 13, 14, 15-year-old horse laying on the floor.
Yeah, and it's not very horny. It's just very gelatinous. It's the steam. Update of the
I finally got that. This thing's back down there.
Hey.
Yeah, dude, that thing's hidden, man. I can't play it. Yeah, like I knew it was going to take me an afternoon to find it. It's like on Stream Elements, but it's not a regular element. It's like some blocked. That's why it's been gone, because I went to change it out for another thing. And I couldn't find it again.
We got the Steam Echo still on, apparently.
Oh, there we go. No more echo for you guys.
No, we get a double echo. It's quadruple echo. Echo.
And so I finally found it. And see, I know these people, man. Like, I'm reading chat right now. Like, you see everybody saying echo. I was like, I need to add echo. Do you want me to cut it back on? Is that what you're saying? Because I've cut it off. Oh, you want more? No.
You want double echo?
Yeah, right. So let's go ahead and hop into
it. Speaking of echoes, it seems like we keep talking about this because there's new news every week. But this comes from Rock, Paper, Shotgun. PayPal. You might have thought, with all this Visa, MasterCard kerfuffle going on, I need another way to pay for my Steam games. I should use PayPal, that other payment service that's out there. And if you are outside of Canada, US, and a couple other territories, yeah, too bad. Can't do it. Turns out one of the banks that acquired PayPal and is doing a lot of the non-US, more like European, South American transactions, has decided, no, we're not going to process money for Steam payments. So get fucked. And so, yeah, if you are in the affected area, then you're essentially stuck buying gift cards. Loading them up and,
that was like their idea, man. Euro, Canadian, Sterling, Japan, Australian, and USD.
Yes.
I use PayPal. Don't you use PayPal? You got a PayPal?
I occasionally use PayPal if like that's the one thing they support. It's not like my first go-to.
No, for Steam.
Oh, for Steam? No, I don't think I use PayPal for Steam.
Yeah, I don't ever want to put like my credit card in. Like I guess Steam would be reasonably safe. They got some experience of like not leaking.
Mm-hmm.
But like for any site, I'll use PayPal just because it's like that extra layer of, just bullshit they got to get through. And I'm like, I can just link that up and not have to worry about it. And that'll come out of whatever I got my PayPal balance or in a bank or whatever. Mm. But yeah, Valve knew about this a month ago, though.
Mm-hmm.
I knew about this a month ago. So I assume they were hoping to find some type of resolution with this instead of just coming directly out. Because PayPal told them, 30 days ago, like, hey, we're out. And so Valve had to come out and they waited a month to like make a note of it. The Steam gift cards, I mean, that's a classic way. I didn't realize how many people used Steam gift cards, which I get because you want to talk about a way of like not putting, your credit card or debit card or personal information online. That's one way to do it, but that is hella inconvenient.
Yeah, you need to like access a place that like will sell you a Steam gift card.
You got to go to a place like. I mean, I guess you could buy them online.
You could. I suppose.
Can I buy Steam gift cards online with PayPal?
I guess it depends on the region, right?
Yeah.
And I guess it also depends like who the gift card seller is, because like that has its own infrastructure behind it. Yeah, it's not like I think these days it's not like each company like implements their own gift card system. I think there are like services that provide that functionality. So
maybe one of the things I'm like thinking about is, does this get to a point where Valve just says, F it, we're going to start doing our own like direct processing?
I mean, it's definitely possible. I wouldn't be surprised if not Valve, but maybe like a coalition of like a few other orgs. Mm-hmm. But yeah, something to the effect of that. Yeah, that they can like make their own payment processor.
Like, if you got the know-how and the resources to get something like that together, like there's an opportunity like emerging apparently.
Yeah, I do suspect maybe Valve is like hesitant to do that for like antitrust reasons. If they own the whole stack, that might be considered a little too anti-competitive.
Also, I don't think a lot of people want to deal with like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
It's a large liability. And there's a reason why it's mostly banks that deal with this kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. This is true. Well, that's why your PayPal button. Like I had not a panic attack, but when I read the first headline, I'm like, why you get rid of PayPal? Because like legit, like I don't like putting my credit card, debit card information online. And I like that extra barrier. That's what I use PayPal for traditionally. But it's still gonna be sticking around for a lot of us. But yeah, that. We'll see what comes from this. Our next bit of Steam news.
DMCA.
Yeah. Nope. You know, for the first time in a long time, I got a copyright. Not a DMCA. I got on YouTube. It works a little bit different. Like you would, mm-hmm. Sometimes it'll just give you a copyright strike. Like boom, bam, nothing you can do about it. And I mean, you can contest it. More often than not, it'll be whoever on behalf of whoever. They've learned that it's better to claim monetization of a video
mm-hmm.
and just let it stay up. And they're like, hey, we can just keep making money off this. And I got one of those claims, and I went like, I'm like, that's always crap, unlicensed, like whatever. And I went and looked it up, and this was an old live stream, dude. And I'm like, yeah, there was probably some copyrighted stuff in there, man. You know what?
Yeah, those old ones, yeah, definitely.
I was just like, I had like 200 views on it. I'm like, whatever, man. Here, you can have the penny that thing earns every 5 years. So, DMCA's copyright strikes. We do need to talk about that when it comes to the Steam Workshop. Because something I learned this week is you can just file a DMCA takedown.
It's really easy.
Yeah. And YouTube creators, that's what I'm talking about. We know this, man. We're very well aware of this, man. You know, that trick works on just about anything because it's just a broken system. It is. It just completely is. And there have been a bunch of recent like mass reports for Steam mods, including Hearts of Iron 4, Left 4 Dead 2, Terraria, Gary's mod, and the recent wave of spurious, bogus, you might say, DMCA claims. The theory is it's just two developers workshop developers that are in a spat with each other, and their armies are going back and forwards with this. But
there is an impact, right? Like, yeah.
Well, there's the knock-on effect, man, because sometimes a mod is like Full Metal XKCD 2347.
I like the ones that like come to mind immediately for that are like stuff like in Lethal Company. There are a lot of mods that like require other mods to function.
Well, that's it, man.
Yeah, there's like an entire dependency tree.
Like right now, mod developers and Steam Workshop, they're just hiding their pages. Like they don't want to get caught up in this. Like you don't want to deal with that because then you got to like have the, you're offered a chance to rebuke it, and then you got to go to court and all this fun stuff. And the only time I've ever like threatened to go to court was against Netflix when they were trying to say the Weekly Daily Wednesdays end was their actual. And I was like, that's a good compliment, but like we can go to kind of like that. But here's the knock-on effect, though, which are hitting it. Mods rely on mods all the way down. So you can hit like one of the primary mods in Steam Workshop that 50 other mods are not going to work with or work without. So once that goes down, it has that scatter effect, which is kind of wild.
And apparently, like speaking a bit to like the ease of the process of like being able to submit these claims, yeah, they apparently in the Reddit thread, all this stuff is linked in the show notes. They did a couple tests, and the process that Valve has in place assumes way more good faith that is present in like, you know, any given DMCA takedown. The evidence review process is apparently they take your evidence and then send it to the claimant to say, okay, do you believe them? And that's it. They don't follow up on it. They don't actually investigate it themselves. That is the DMCA process. So it's a bit of a shit show. And like, you know, we've brought this up before. It is like illegal to file false DMCA claims, but like, who the fuck enforces that, right?
Nobody ever really follows up on that, man. But the good news is from the Reddit post where a lot of this started from is Valve has come back and said, you know what? We will actually take a look at these reports from now on instead of just passing them on. Oh, they got that going for them, man. Couple of new games this week. I ran into one like, listen, man, we're not about to suggest this game, but I liked the idea. Jordan, what do you think about this?
It's like many of these games, I play video games to escape reality, not to get dragged back into my reality. This is a web hosting simulator, and yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it says on the tin. Supposedly, you build and manage a data center. Whether or not the game actually, you know, functions well is to be determined. There are a lot of negative reviews and a lot of open or locked threads in the discussion forums, going, "Hey, how the fuck do you actually play this game? What is this thing? Are you going to fix these bugs?" To which the developer has replied with silence. But it is 20% off, so.
Yeah, I would look into that because like the first thing we look at is like mostly negative web host simulator. I'm like, okay, let's go over to the community hub. This is like my traditional path that I go on when I'm looking at one of these games. Head over to discussion, just lock. And then you go like looking for updates. And you're like, well, what's going on? There's you know, this is an early access game. It is $24.99. It's currently what? 20% off.
Yeah.
Let's take a look over at the OS and Linux, dude. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Not too much on the requirements, but it is just people calling this out for what they say it is. And they're like, it's barely a technology demo. Mm-hmm. Barely a tech demo. And when I went fishing around for the updates, people were like, yeah, it's constantly getting update. People, I mean the developer, or at least whoever is representing the developer in the Steam forums, they say everybody's favorite thing to hear. Well, the updates are posted in our Discord.
Of course.
Clearly, not on the page that
of the game that you bought, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which was kind of weird. You know, listen, I think that's such a horrible idea, man, because like that's the same as no development is taking place for your game for anybody looking to buy your game, man. Like they go to your Steam page and like nothing on there. Like, well, join our Discord. I'm like, go play in traffic. No, yeah. I'm not hopping in your Discord to check out your game updates. But I like the idea about it because this is all about like something that long ago in a galaxy quite near us was a possibility. You know, you look at like the original Google servers that they built them out of Legos because that's all they had laying around, dude. Like that's what the PC cases were. Made out of Legos, and that's part of their responsibility for the Google colors. But building, you know, and like dealing with security and the failures and stuff like that as a learning mechanism or to get somebody interested in tech, if I'm looking at it through that lens, no. I think that's a good idea. Not actually like, I do this for fun. And yeah, I get people play power washing simulator after they get done power washing all day. I get that.
Okay, but like that is different. The fucking pressure washer, you just scrape that shit off, man. It's so satisfying.
See, like that clicks in the head. But you know, some people are gonna have like, I love organizing this type of stuff and like making sure.
Oh yeah, no, cable management simulator or something. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I mean, people would do this right now. They call it home labbing. They just do the, you know, what do you call it? The role play, but in real life. I can't think of the word, man. Like you go LARPing. Yeah. All right.
Yes.
There you go. Web simulator LARPing.
Sysadmin LARP. Okay. Yeah.
Home labbing, man. But yeah, it's barely a tech demo. I'd suggest not picking it up, but it really makes me. I like the idea of this, though. I really do.
We've seen a couple games kind of like that. A little.
Did you ever watch *Halt and Catch Fire*?
I got through most of the first season.
Mm-hmm. That's really all anybody should watch.
Yeah, the characters are weird. I had a hard time like the technology stuff was interesting, but like the characters I just couldn't grab onto.
All right. Yeah, it was like a weird bit of like alt history of like how like things could have went by, and like a lot of their stuff like was researched enough to where it was all plausible. But a simulator to where you start like rolling out like your BBS in your home, like people did back in the day, and like you get into like hosting at home, and it turns into a business, and like what goes onto there before your stuff ends up in an actual data center, and like how far could you take it? You'd be like Sid Meier's, you end up in space, right? So that might be a good idea. That's not this game, though.
No. Absolutely not.
What do we got next?
Pinball.
Oh, yeah, pinball. Yeah, why are we talking about pinball? Because my dumb ass put in the show notes.
Pinball's dope, man. Why wouldn't we talk about pinball? I love pinball. And today or I guess a couple days ago when this landed in the show notes, I learned about the P3 modular programmable pinball machine, which you can buy for about $8K USD. And yeah, it is a swappable pinball machine that has like modules that you can install. So you can have like one pinball machine with like several games, and it has like an upper level that you can swap into. So if you want to have like the really fancy ones, apparently it takes, according to the website, it takes about a minute to swap them out. So that's pretty good. I mean like in terms of space saving, that's pretty great. But this is the Portal, custom pinball level, I guess. What do you call them? Boards? What I'm not quite up on the nomenclature.
I too was Googling pinball terminology earlier today. Yeah. I don't know what they're called. Stages? Sure.
Yeah. Levels, maybe. Well, there are like literal multiple levels in this one. If you get the deluxe one, they have like the upper rack as well. But this is it's a pretty loving like representation of Portal in pinball. Yeah.
Yeah, they went ham with this. And like what really got my attention was like just going through this, and I'm like, something in here is running Linux, so we get to talk about it. But there, like you said, 7 test chambers just in the play field, which is cool. But one thing you don't click, if you're like me and I'm like, I know pinball stuff. I played a pinball game or two back in the day, but have I played a pinball game in modern time? No idea what the current state of tech is, which floored me because like looking at the still pictures doesn't do it justice. Why? Because apparently they use LCDs or OLED displays for the play field.
It's got like ball tracking too, so it like is responsive based on where the ball is and how fast it's moving. Yeah.
I was like, that just like really made me like, oh, that's wild, dude. That's wild. Which you got to assume, like, how much is this thing? Like $3,000?
So the on the store page, I take umbrage with it because like on the list of the items, it's like $2,500, whatever, $3,000. I'm like, that's reasonable. But then you see in brackets deposit. And then you click on it and it's like, how much is it actually? And if you just want the base system with nothing programmed in it, that is $8K. And then the modules run from about $3,500 upwards, depending on like the level of complexity.
Man.
If you want the Portal one, they're doing pre-orders now, and it's about $12K for the fully integrated like basic bitch one.
$12K for your. I mean, if you told me that's how much a pinball machine cost, I would
like, yeah, and like I guess the thing too, if you're really into pinball, you can convert it into any of the other ones, and like there are you can get it preloaded, you can like load software into it, and then there are third-party ones as well. So,
and like just to be clear, this isn't like the little like I bought a little pinball machine. This is a full size.
Yeah, this is like a proper fucking arcade machine. Yeah.
Oh wow. Pretty cool.
I love seeing shit like this. Honestly, like.
If I had a pinball machine, I'd probably play it every now and then. But yeah, but here's the other thing, dude. I have no love. I see Truggy talking about, electromechanical. I'm like, nah, man, I follow a guy. That's like his job is fixing pinball machines. No.
I know Empty was doing that for a while too, and it was like, yeah, repairing old mechanical ones. Jeez.
Yeah, like that would be a fun project to do once, but like I've watched enough of his stuff and having to like pin out these things and trace them back because there's no manuals for these 40-year-old pinball machines.
Yeah, the manual was the one engineer who made them's brain, right? Oh,
yeah, you called that guy at the place that hasn't existed for 2 decades or 3 decades.
He's dead now. He's been dead for like a decade and a half. Yeah, right. So
I would never want to play around with that. All right. Remember Portal. Let's stick with the Portal theme. Good times.
Yeah. So, speedy thing go in, speedy thing come out.
Yeah, dude. I'm happy to see this. I wanted to give it a quick mention because on August 9th, 2025, Valve fans from around the world united once again to break the Portal 1 Steam chart record. And man, they did it with a little bit of room to spare, my man.
Yeah, 3,847 players is the brand new record. I guess before it was 3,600 or something. So they beat it by about 200 folks, and I guess their next goal is about 10,000 when they do this again, because this is the second time, right?
They did. Was it Portal 1 or Portal 2? They did a Portal 1, but like, yeah, this is like an event. People get together and do this. Every
couple of years or every year or something like that.
Maybe because like that's what I was looking for. Like the peak players last year on September was 2,600. So that was the last peak. And Portal like averages like 700 to 1,000 people. Still derping around it every day,
chugging along. Yeah. Like it's a short game if you want to like have a fun experience that's like 4 to 6 hours. Yeah.
I beat Portal 1, but I've never beat Portal. I beat Portal 2 co-op with you.
Yes. I have beat Portal 2 co-op twice, and I think I have 1 level left of Portal Reloaded, 1 or 2 levels left of Portal Reloaded, which is the one with the time portal.
Dude, I was watching you play that in the like I genuinely like looked at him like, oh, this is pretty cool. Then I understood what the mechanic was. I was like, fuck this, and I just closed the fucking door. I was like, I hope you guys like that amount of dick smashing. All right,
dude. The other fucked up thing was I played it. I started playing it with another friend, but my robot was switched. So I'm like, fuck, I don't know the other sides of these puzzles if I remember them at all. I vaguely remember my part.
So yeah, you could definitely play like 2 different runs of the game, dude. And like,
yeah. And honestly, if there's like a year or 2 in between, you've probably forgotten most of that shit anyways.
Well, you had played it before I had played it, because I remember when we sat down, I was like, oh, this is pretty good, because you remembered enough of these maps to like, it was pretty easy. Then we hit the wall of like, I remembered the ones that we got like that me and my friend Jamie, when we played it originally, got like really stuck on, and I remembered those solutions, but that was about it. Yeah. Oh, dude, fun game, great to play if you haven't played Portal.
And like I don't know, like they are doing it with just Portal for this, but I think if you are a fan of just a game in general and you want to organize something like this, because we've talked about this before, too many games exist on Steam right now. And new ones release every week. So lots of stuff just gets like played for maybe 15, 20 minutes and discarded because there's a hot new thing coming out. So it's good to like cycle back and spend some time and try to like appreciate these older games that are still there. They're still good. They still deserve some love and attention. They're just not the new hot thing. So like, yeah, more of this kind of thing.
It's just good to get people together and do stuff like this. We need to bring more of this energy back to the internet, people. So good on them. Couple of news items. Starting out with a company that, if you're into audio, video type stuff, and you like making the tunes and all that, you know about Teenage Engineering. And probably what you know about Teenage Engineering is you can't afford shit from them, dude.
Like, I just know Teenage Dirtbag.
I had that stuck in my head for a full week, dude. I'm good. I'm immune to that, man. Doesn't even affect me. But they make good stuff, and like the low volume type stuff, and they make it. But it's always had a price to match. They released a PC case a while back. It was like aluminum, you stuck it together, a little DIY type thing.
Computer One, they called it.
Called the Computer One, dude. It was pretty, like, it was all right. It was originally, with their price, it was like $240 or $250 for like a couple of pieces of metal, and people were like, nah. So they decided to try again, this time with the Computer 2. Brilliant naming. But
hello, computer.
This one actually had the good type of sticker shock. Why? Because it's completely free.
Yeah, apparently they got the margins. The engineers got the margins down. They're just like, yeah, it doesn't cost us anything. It's just all scraps.
They were able to print this bad boy out, and of course, it's immediately out of stock. So don't even think about you can go get in queue, or you can do what I do. And I straight up sent a meme. I'm like, I know this is dumb as hell. I'm asking for a review sample for a free product, but I know y'all got at least one laying around because like I can do a build in this. And but I joined the queue myself to play around with it. So to give you an idea, the original DIY kit was, a couple of panels and a frame for, a small form factor PC, because that's what most people, this is kind of brilliant in the way it's laid out, because it's a single piece of plastic, it just folds out a couple of times and it's got a top and a bottom, and you wrap it around and you click everything in place effectively. Toolless. You can put it in a small SSF. What are those power supplies called? I don't remember. I got
the mini ATX or whatever. I don't know.
The long boys, the little long boys.
It takes a full size GPU too. It does look like a pretty tight fit though, given the instructions here.
Actually, you know what? I got better pictures of this thing. Monitor facing Linux. Here's our free plug for me. I did a better job than they did. There we go. So where's the specs? There we go. Yeah, PP plastic chassis, one sheet mini ITX, snap hooks for the assembly, and it'll take that dual slot graphics card up to 180 millimeters. And SFX power supply. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah,
it's got a handle on it.
That's true. Yeah, you can carry it around. Like I said, the form factor or the clearances seem really, 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 really tight. So I hope you don't like swapping out hardware. But yeah, you can't.
That's what these people are into. They love doing it. Like that's part of the challenge. They're like, it's like putting a ship. This is the modern nerd equivalent of shipping a bottle. Yeah. We want to see how much tech I can cram in here, man. I say good on them, dude. Like, giving these out for free. I definitely want one. I want.
What if they like release the stencil files for this? People just make their own, right? Like,
yeah, I think they did.
Yeah,
I think they did. There's a CAD file you can download. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they did, where you can just like print one out. Because I always thought this would be a good idea. I never thought about doing it with much less one piece. That's the piece of engineering I'm impressed by most. Is like this thing just rolls out, and you clip. You roll it together like a tube, and you clip the top and the bottom on. And depending on how well and how accessible that is, this could make a very interesting test bench of like, okay, I can just lay this thing out flat and put everything in it and play with it. But if I need to roll it up and make a little PC for a test thing, good, change out things. Just a handy thing to have around the house.
I think too, like, I guess like the idea here is like, if they're marketing this to audio people, instead of like bringing a laptop along for like your studio shit or like mixing or whatever, you can like bring this and have like a lot more horsepower and
Also, like this thing is it's not metal, which is another brilliant thing. So it's going to eliminate some grounding issues. Also, this is probably not FCC compliant at all. If you get the snizzle shocked out of you,
don't take it on a plane. Maybe
don't lick it. Hey, and if it gets too hot, just unroll it. Yeah.
Or it'll just start melting.
Exactly, man. This did remind me though, man, like that was like one of my goals as when I was young. I just had no time for life at that point, but I always wanted to like cut out and build a plexiglass clear PC case. And several people did. Even I think a couple of companies had like fully transparent ones. And this kind of brought some of that energy back to it, this is not fully transparent. It's semi-transparent. You can see what's going on in
translucent.
Yes. Yeah. And it's got a little fan on it that you can put in there. Well, actually, I don't think it's got a fan on it. I think it's got a fan on where they assume a roundabout where a CPU cooler would be. Pretty dope, man. I wanted to give him a shout out for that teenage engineering. Yeah. Good job.
Well, if you're going to build yourself a new computer, you might need some storage for that. And Bywin, I keep wanting to call it Binwin, but it's not a dwarf from a fucking D&D game. It's a Chinese chip company. And they have an itty-bitty SSD solution that they are advertising now. It uses two PCI 4.0 lanes and can get some 3,800 megabit transfer speeds or whatever, something like this, versus what was it? Micro SD Express, which also can apparently use PCI 4.0 lanes, but caps at about 900 megabits a second. So This one is supposedly this Dorito is supposedly using a BGA connector. It looks more like a SIM card than a like a flash card. And yeah, you pop it in. It's internal and it can give you up to like what 2 terabytes. There are a few machines supposedly that are supporting this coming out of China. The GPD Win 5, and then there is a hybrid tablet laptop, the 1X Player Super X, supposedly have support for this.
That's the real name too.
Yeah, the 1X Player
Super X hybrid.
Yeah, well, listen, they got the same guy who did all the naming for Dragon Ball Super, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan God.
You know what? I want to, in my lore, it's the son of the Acer guy.
Yeah. The article here, and this is from Ars Technica, links to all this stuff in the show notes, brings up, this isn't really a standard or anything.
Nope.
I had a cell phone back in the day that was like a Sony cell phone that had like a MP3 player built in, and it only took those little fucking Sony memory cards. I remember living in that fucking proprietary storage ghetto, and I don't want to go back to that.
Fuji tried that with their XD cards, I believe it was. I had a camera that took XD, or it might have been, yeah, I think it was Fuji, not Sony. And you had like the modern version of the memory sticks, the short boys. I remember the long boys and dealing with those, man.
Yeah.
But it is tiny, man. Like why are they? All right.
It does look like a fucking SIM card, right? Like
it is. Can I get this picture? Whoa, that is much and bigger.
So large.
Yeah, there it is. A £1 coin, €1. Oh, $1 US. Who's ever seen one of those?
I actually have a bag of them somewhere.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's about the size, it's roughly the size of like a US penny. Oh, which, they finally got rid of the penny here.
They haven't? I thought
they were about to.
They got rid of the penny in Canada like over a decade ago now.
Yeah. They're just finally getting around to that. Like I don't ever handle like changing money anymore. It doesn't affect me, but yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting. So actual size wise, 15 by 17, and it's 1.4 millimeters thick. Oh, yeah, I guess that's a little smaller than a penny. And it's way faster because, the Switch 2 came out with the SD Extreme or whatever.
Yeah, micro SD Express. Yeah. I keep wanting to call it like SD Express or whatever.
Something like that.
Express.
Yeah. Like I looked it up earlier and immediately forgot. And like those, I think that one could do like 800 megabytes. But yeah, dude, like 3.7, 3,700 megabytes, 3,400 megabyte writes.
It's quick. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But to what you said, you know what? I don't think they're probably not planning on releasing this as a standard. We're like, all right, cool. You want to keep the technology for the port, for the little slot? You know what? I can live with it. That doesn't bother me. Why? Because, they want to see this on mobile, and Jordan talked about the laptops or the handheld gaming devices. Just as long as they don't try to keep a lockdown on actual drive production.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they open that up to everybody, then it's no different than an HDMI port. Because anybody can make it.
We already have problems with that though, right? HDMI 2.1 on Linux. You're not allowed because fuck you. That's why.
Okay, FireWire port.
Sure.
The reason USB 1 is because it was completely open, so they didn't have to pay the 25 cents for the FireWire port, right?
Yep.
But like, if you don't know, like that's why you get one HDMI port on your video card and the rest are display port, because they got to pay money. They got to pay a licensing fee to put the HDMI thing on there. But if they do that and I can buy drives from a ton of vendors, man, I want to sit down and start making tiny NASs, and I want to, my thumb drive is going to be like 4 terabytes of RAID.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my world's smallest NAS that I'm playing for you,
dude.
Right? Yeah,
like think about how many of those you could just like Altoids 10, dude. But like, yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I on like some ARM SBCs, like take 4 or 5 of those. Yeah, man, you got yourself a storage server.
Like, and it depends on how much they cost too. And like, what didn't they have a mention on how many the claimed MTBF 1.5 million hours? So I don't know exactly how that shakes out. I have not delved too deeply in that. But having something the size of an, I've talked about it on the show. I'm like, why don't we have like micro NVMe drives, and like this could possibly be it.
I mean, at the very least, hopefully it like makes some other people like produce something similar that is like
kind of what I was thinking.
standards-based.
Like, well, maybe somebody will knock him off and release his note, because like this is. I don't think there's any like crazy moon technology behind this, right? It's just miniaturization and getting a controller shoved on the card. That
I guess the one issue with the form factor I do see is because it uses that like sim style BGA, you do need to have like the little caddy or whatever to like slide it in, or have like something to hold it. So I do wonder like how replaceable they're gonna make it if they build it into stuff, right? Like
yeah. But you see, like, if they do open it up to the point where somebody can make a clicky version.
That's going to be like the 2.0 is like, you can actually just slide this one in.
Yeah, I'll be down with that. A couple of things, in fact, games, not any major news, isn't it? But some improvements.
They got some JIT improvements for the new release 2508. This is the one for August. They do a monthly one. And yeah, looking at that chart, God of War is just not having it, man. They try, and and God of War is like, I'll give you like 2 more frames a second. But for Grim Fandango Remastered, Doom 2016, Cyberpunk, got some decent games when it comes to FPS averages with the new JIT optimizations that they have implemented here. There's also some stuff for Apple Silicon as well. And much to the chagrin of the Suliban, they have finally implemented the NX bit. So Admiral Archer is very, very happy there. It's a security feature. It's not really used by a lot of things, but like for completeness' sake, it's good to have it in there. And then the other neat thing is they're going to be uploading the DLL builds for every single commit now. So if you really need that bleeding edge wine support for your effects, you can just grab it from the GitHub page, which apparently is very difficult to do. People don't know how to download things from GitHub. Nope. You go to the release tab and you go click on the latest release, and they have to download links.
Yep. People completely overthink it. Yeah, I mean, and then they get really like, here's just bad UI. I understand why they do it, and we've all done it. You go to the release, you go to download something, and you're like, where's it at? And you're like, oh, right, let me click on assets. So it auto expands, like, oh, there it is. Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, 39% FPS uplift. Let me go ahead and tell you, you might not know what FEX is. You're just like, what? FEX? Never heard of this. It lets you play your Windows games or your Linux games for your x86 processors on ARM. Like if you got an Apple, or I did a video on interfacing Linux, type in ARM gaming on YouTube, you'll find it's a pretty popular video. And it is wildly impressive. And like, they're still fucking around. They're like, it's wacky what we're pulling off right now. And I completely agree. All the work that they're doing with that. And it works. Like, games are playable. Like if you got a discrete GPU, I was playing on an 06, which is not an expensive ARM SBC. And like, I was playing 1080p games at, well above like Steam Deck performance with an old ancient GPU, like a 7-year-old GPU, an RX 570. If I had something more modern in there, it would definitely perform better. I'm just keeping track of this, and I always like to give them a little mention when something comes up, and I've done that for a long time because ARM PCs are in our future, not just from Apple.
Yep.
That's going to be reality.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like, I don't know if I'm necessarily looking forward to the day where we have like a fully ARM future, but I am excited to see
we'll have RISC
what's
5-ish or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna need a new source of copium once we get commercial grade.
Let's be real. We probably won't have a new Intel processor.
Maybe not. No.
Maybe not. Yeah. You study.
Yes, we love studies.
Yeah, man. Data, man. Wrapping it up tonight with something that I guess is a little surprising. From PC Gamer, you'll find all this in our show notes, linked in the video description. New study shows that GenZ is spending way less money on video games than older gamers.
It's because they don't have any money.
There is that. I mean, this comes just in time for the new $80 games, right? Like 80's right, 80 is the new 60. At least they're really trying to make that a thing. So it turns out from April of last year, the drop in game spending among Gen Z has dropped by almost 25 straight up %, man, which is wild. when you compare it to the oldies, we're not talking about just the boomers, just the oldies like Jordan and myself. That drop was only 5%. Like, we're playing less too. But 25
not to the degree that these guys are not playing video games.
No, dude. Like, I was like, well, spending. They're still playing video games. I do believe they're still playing.
Well, and like we were talking about that in the pre-show, where a lot of games these days, they really want to capture your players. So you're looking at your Fortnites, you're looking at your Robloxes, for as long as Roblox is going to exist. You're looking at like whatever else, like your World of Warcrafts, and any sort of like live service platform game. They want you to be on there as long as possible. And so, yeah, if you're going to be spending money, it's going to be on platform. It's going to be probably some microtransactions here or there. So even if you are spending games, you're spending money on these games, you're not going to be spending as much. You already purchased them. If this is the only game you play and you're really only getting a new skin every once in a while, yeah, what it's going to look like. But I think, yeah, the other reason that the article brings up, cost of living shot way the fuck up. Food's expensive, rent's expensive. There's no jobs out there that want to pay well. People are getting fired because their shit's being replaced by crappy AI. Like, yeah.
To focus on like the Gen Z though, I don't think they're quite in the workforce just yet, are they? They're graduating high school and they're going into, I don't know if they can afford to go to post-secondary, right? So what are they going to do, right? We don't know. So I'm pretty sure like the big factors that are affecting them, all that, like that would probably be affecting their parents. That is affecting their ability to like whatever disposable income that they have. But another thing that we've all seen is the trend of, in our circles, we've been doing it forever. I think they're just playing catch up. Is they're discovering the indie titles, the smaller games. You can have a fantastic. We have an experience for like $6.99, $9.99. It's not buying the latest and greatest AAA titles, and more people got PCs and they're playing it on that. They might have a Steam Deck or whatever the Windows alternative is. And I don't like what they're trying to do to classify in this article co-op as friend slop games, but when you say friend slop, you know what we're talking about. Like the pinnacle of that's probably going to be Lethal Company, but then there was like
or like Grow Up Simulator,
that we played that, and there's the climbing game everybody's playing like right now, and of course the omnipresence of like the games that are being generated in Roblox, which might not be around much longer. Go listen to the pre-super shows, and if you want to hear what's going on over there, just because it's a low budget indie title doesn't mean it's like a slop game. Like, sometimes and part of the charm is that programmer art jank, right?
Right. And like to your point, a lot of to have a fun experience, you don't have to spend a lot of money, right? Like, and like, again, you can buy a game and just play the shit out of it for like the better part of a year. Something like Lethal Company, if you want to like commit to that, if you have like a group of people, yeah, no, like you can just be rocking and rolling with that.
Like me and you,
for like months.
Probably had more fun playing Lethal Company than we did with the what's the other one? It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think that's what we're this has got something to do with it, and also what we talked about like 2 weeks ago. All the kids are gaming on mobile, and typically mobile games are going to cost less too.
And again, they have more microtransactions you're going to buy.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Like, here's a game for free. That's I don't know. Maybe we're right. Maybe we're wrong. If you got a hot take on it and you want to tell us about it, you can.
If you are a Gen Z,
yeah. What are you doing watching this, man? Get off our damn lawns. No, it's cool. But you got to go to this thing called a website, linuxgamecast.com.
Open up a browser.
Yeah, right. You mean the Discord window? Yeah, that one.
I mean, we won't. I guess we are going to tell you to join our Discord, but for less nefarious reasons.
Contact if you want to come on the show. If you're working on a game, hey man, come and get some free PR, crowdfunding, stuff like that. You got audio, video, Linuxy questions. I'm there to help you over on interfacinglinux.com. But you can send this thing called an email. Easy way to get a hold to us. No reply at linuxgamecast.com. That's regularly checked email. Or just leave a comment in the video description. Like, CPRN did about.
CPR. I keep reading it as C porn. I know that's not.
Yeah, I know it's not either. Right.
I know it's not, but every time I see that, it's what my brain reads. But we were talking about Liftoff last week, and the fact that you can play them with like actual drone controllers, and they say drone sims are mostly used by people who bought an expensive drone and don't want to crash it on the wall on their first try. Fair. They connect the radio to their sim, set up the in-game flight model to fit their drone's weight and power, and then train all sorts of crazy shit. One bad crash can easily cost more than $15. The issue with Liftoff series is that the flight engine isn't very accurate. Instead of fixing it, they're trying to be more arcadey. Okay. Then I saw this guy also post on YouTube. They were talking about verisimilitude versus like simulationism. Yeah, all right. Like I said, I guess it makes sense. Like, drones are expensive, you guys. All those birds flying around, they cost money.
You gotta. Well, I mean, yeah. If it flies, it lies. Birds aren't real, man. Don't believe the hype. But I get the idea of like the pre-planning of like, if you just bought like a $1,200 drone, you probably don't want to immediately like wall it or tree it. I would probably be the guy who'd be like, how does this thing? And it would. Yeah.
Can I accelerate it with my car and then fly it?
But I don't think this is tinfoil hatty enough. We need a better conspiracy theory. I think here's big drones in on this. They are. They want to intentionally keep it arcadey so people will wreck their drones and have to buy more.
Oh yeah, no, it's the razor blades. It's the razor blade scheme just for drones.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh. Yeah,
or no, they sell you the drone real cheap, but the rotors wear out super quick, and you just gotta keep replacing.
You gotta be on a rotor subscription.
Yeah. Gotta. Harry's has a subscription option for that now.
Man, they make some crazy drones. Like I don't know, man. Like that makes a lot of sense, especially considering that in the game recommendation, it's like, yeah, use your big chunky drone controller remote. I'd be out there with my damn Steam controller, like. Right.
Well, it's like try and hook up your actual drone to the Steam controller, try to fly it around that way.
Right.
See how that goes.
Hey, watch this. Oh, it'd be tragic. All right, that's going to wrap us up for tonight. Thanks for checking out. We do this live 8 p.m. here on twitch.tv/Linux Gamecast is the web zone, available everywhere, all the places you'd like to be. And if you like what we do, of course, we got patreon.com/Linux Gamecast, where you can help fund the shenanigans and get into places like our super secret Discord and get the live and uncut and the pre super shows and that we were talking about earlier. Not just this show, but weekly, daily, Wednesdays as well. What did you guys play on Thursday? Did you guys, was Empty back or what?
Yeah, Empty's back. We're clearing out BG3 Act 2. We took a little detour because we finally got to the area that has all the good gear for Empty's character, because none of that was in the current area, so he just kept dying. So we finally got to the point where it was like, hey, here's some stuff that will stop you from like instantly exploding. And then
did
then
you
we
guys
got into
like
a
try
fight
to
and
like
instantly
power
exploded.
your way through it a couple of times and you're like, all right, let's go do this the right way?
Yeah, there's a few fights where it's like, if you try and engage with it fairly, you will lose. You are encouraged to cheat.
Okay, cheating's great. And TM2 crew, I do that. Great group of people at TM2C over on YouTube. That's where we live stream on Tuesdays and Fridays. If you want to get your retro racing on, we play the latest and greatest maps because people are making new maps for it all the time. TM2 Stadium is the title. Super cheap, runs on a calculator. You can play it over dial-up, and we get together in Discord and have an absolute blast learning this puzzle platformer disguised as a car game. And on Fridays, we try to go through an RPG map. I have all the instructions on interfacing Linux if you want to do that. But once you do, it's such a blast. Come check it out. 5 p.m. on Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. on Fridays. That's going to do us for this week. So it's time to cue that music. Like I said, you can find us right here on Twitch, 8 p.m., screaming into the ethers. Or, just stick with ether. Ether's delicious. Don't eat too much, man. It'll really put the weight on you. But if you want to get in touch with me, I'm just a Ben Stone on all the things, on Blue Sky, on X, we got mass.linuxgamecast.com. Interfacing Linux, got forums over there, got a contact over there, like whatever. You can track me down. Be like the person from Latte Panda, like hop into my other Discord, be like, hey man, get my DMs. I won't. I didn't.
Yeah.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi. Yeah.
How you doing?
I was waiting for you to me. Yeah. If you don't like Ether, how about some phlogiston? I got plenty of that on my Blue Sky at bsky.app. Or if you maybe want to pair me to your Steam controller and fly me around, you can find instructions for that on Mastodon at Frojo at mastodon.linuxgamecast.com.
Fly me to the around. Yeah.
Fly me to the phlogiston, baby.
Trees,
the
baby.
Flux.
Nothing but trees. Time for some credits. Wrong button.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's the Steam.
What the hell? Do it.
There we go. Corn
Man, this
dogs.
Stream Deck's being a fussy tonight.
Gotta feed it more corn dogs.
Tantalizing.
Absolutely. Well, we got to thank all the people. We got to thank our advisors, Arthurian. We got to thank our executive producers, Barb Ramp, Scott, Atomic, 1234, Drummer, and Thartargos. We got our little Licky fans, Eggy, Basil, Empty, and we got our sea monsters.
Like John, Dirty Dean, Angel, Dementor, the System T, RL, Rider X Machina, Namaha, Veritanuda, Truggy, Mike, and Kaijurai.
We got Death Notes, we got Ridisk, Mark, Oil of Hope, Benjamin, Nova, Chad, Romeo, Martin, Renee, Leonardo, Kim, Chris, Sheeps, Jill, and Steve.
Sheeps Stevie, and all our beautiful
Sheeps
Sherlings.
Steve.
Yeah, man. Mafia, the old Steve. Like North Ranger, and Zen, and Sandy, and Shadi over on Libra Play.
Warhammer, the old Steve.
The old Steve. Oh, man. Netflix, we don't need the old guard. We need the old Steve.
We have the old Steve at home.
This is true. This is true. All right, beautiful people. Plenty of week to get up to. So, yeah, get out there. Dynafy.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you next week. So many tabs. You know, we need double-decker tabs. That would solve all the problems.
I just realized it's not Night at the Roxbury. That's Bill Gates and Ballmer.
5 dudes.